Sherry G. Thanks for stopping by my channel. If you haven't done so, hit like and subscribe. Keep in mind that all of the views expressed in this video are of my opinion, they are alleged, and for entertainment only. So, yes, I want to give you the season 6 breakdown of all of the episodes, or the information I have on the episodes that are up and coming. I have a little bit of tea about that, and I think you'll find it interesting, so I want to share it with you. So, as we all know, April 1st, there's going to be a special episode, and I believe that's the one where, Owen was actually looking for the show's biggest fan. So Love and Marriage Huntsville's biggest fan. And you had to send in an email saying that you were the biggest fan. I'm not sure of all of the details, what they were actually looking for. But I believe that might be what we're going to see on April 1st. So keep your eyes out for that special episode. And as we all know, the 8th is when the show premieres. And I'm not really sure what season we're in because I'm seeing where it says season 4. But yet I was thinking we were actually in season 6, as majority of everyone else was thinking that we were in season 6. But anyway, we shall see. So I'm just going to say the upcoming season. All right. So starting with the the episode, which premieres on April 8th, the title of that particular episode is A Halt and a Prayer. And here's where Melody is going to come out of seclusion to help Kimmy celebrate a milestone in her cancer journey. Stormy and her husband, Courtney, have an emotional disagreement, and Martell reveals a new love interest, but still wants Melody to pray about their relationship. I'm not going to to say anything about that, but that's pretty interesting. Anyway, also coming this season on Love and Marriage Huntsville, Letitia and Marceau set up to have a Black Expo, and we've seen that, to service the north side of Huntsville by showcasing the business acumen of their friends. And they pose a question here. And the question is, will they get the comeback group to make a comeback? So I thought that was interesting. And so I'm just reading this from a news outlet that I subscribe to called The Futon Critic. The Futon Critic. So, so they're saying here that, and another thing that I found interesting is where they're saying that Letitia and Marceau set up to have a Black Expo to service the north side of Huntsville by showcasing the business acumen of their friends. But it doesn't mention how, them showing their business acumen. So I thought that was pretty darn interesting. And allegedly, from what I was hearing, they actually didn't have a booth set up at the Black Expo. So given this little piece of information that I'm reading right here, that kind of tells the why. Why it wasn't set up, because this was all about showcasing, their friends and not them necessarily. But I wonder why we're not showcasing them, is my question. Because then right behind that, we saw where they were advertising that they needed to hire bartenders, cooks, and etc. to work at Black. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Anyway, I guess we shall see. It doesn't say whether this is going to be the next episode or which particular episode. It's just giving bullet points on what we're going to see in the upcoming season. So the next thing that they mention here is Melody and Martell continue to navigate the space of tense co-parenting while they both dip their toes into the dating pool. Are we going to see Mel's man? Hmm. And who is Martell's new love interest? Questions, questions, questions. Now I know that King Carlos was saying that, and that's my name for him. But King Carlos was stating that we're going to see some, jaw dropping uh, things happen this season. So, pretty interesting. It goes on to say that Melody takes a page from Stormy's marketing book and works to build up her brand to find opportunities on a national level and abroad. Now, I did find that interesting because I know I mentioned in an earlier video where I did some commentary and I was going over the fact that I thought that they could kind of work together and help each other out because, especially, Melody's, she's doing really good. Her marketing is on point and she's doing good to say that she's doing it all. But obviously, her business is going to grow and she's going to have to eventually come out of working, the whole thing on her own. She pretty much likes to be hands on and she likes to work on her own, but I can see that her life is getting really, really busy and navigating all of that, plus a new relationship, plus your children, and then taking time to just care for yourself. From my perspective and in my opinion, you know, you have to hand things over. And I know for me, that was one of the difficulties I had in being a boss at my, in my 9 to 5, was delegating. And but once I did it, once I learned to just do it and just trust that they were going to learn and that they were going to get it. Uh, and if one person couldn't do it, there was someone else. But just delegating some of my daily tasks, once I learned to do that, man, life is just so much better and it's so much peaceful. And I don't feel as tense and I don't worry when I'm not at work that something is not going to get done because I know it's going to get done. The things that need to get done will get done. And I can't tell you what a blessing that is. So I could see how Stormy could kind of help her get into the warehouse, or it doesn't mention that here, but how to get her brand abroad, perhaps. So we'll see. It says she's going to take a page from Stormy's marketing book, so it looks like they're going to be actually filming together. Although Stormy was alluding to the fact that they associate. So anyway, moving on. The next bullet says, Martell walks the tightrope of trying to move from his marriage to Melody and trying to remain connected to his family, creating space for him to open up about his struggles as he is challenged to grow. So, to me, this is the whole piece where I see him on the couch, so to speak, in my opinion. So, this is the therapy sessions, I guess, that we're going to see him working through that. So, moving on. Next bullet. As Letitia and Marcel expand their business and work as actual partners, they discover the patriarchal construct of their marriage doesn't seem to work as well as in business. So it looks like they're going to have to change some things up, I guess. Yeah. So I think we kind of seen that coming, right? Marceau actually said that he didn't like working with her. So, anyway, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. The next bullet, moving on. As Stormy sees exponential growth in her business empire, she is forced to make some tough calls, creating family tension. Stormy and Courtney don't see eye to eye when it comes to expanding their family. As I mentioned also in the same video that I did when I was saying that Stormy could benefit from working with Mel and that they could possibly benefit from working with each other. I did mention that, one of the issues that I seen with Stormy is that when she came on the show and people were commending her on her products and saying how great the products are, that her online part of her business probably really blew up. And I still believe that. I still believe that the online portion blew up. And people were saying, well, why can't you just go into the store and buy it? Because for some of us, it's just about convenience. I know that's for me. Sure, I could stop by the store or I could make it a point to go into a store. But sometimes I just like to order things to come to my house because it's just convenience for me. Because I'm very busy too, doing a lot of things, gearing up for retiring, for my retirement, and also creating a legacy for my children and grandchildren. So, for me, it's about convenience and having that time. So I could see that being the case with a lot of people. Let me just order it. And not only that, all of the stores didn't offer all of the products that she had that people were interested in. And then some of the stores didn't offer anything in certain areas. So the only option they had was to order online. All right, let's move on. Martell. Martell walks. Oh, I'm sorry. I already mentioned that. So that's where he's going to be doing the counseling allegedly. So moving on, Kimmy and Maurice are working to get their son Monster in a better space with his behavior and accountability. They up the ante by bringing in Monster's mother, Maurice's ex, in the hopes that they can all be on the same parental page. Now, I find that to be very interesting. So maybe this is going to be one of those jaw dropping moments, or another one of those jaw dropping moments. Here we go. Kimmy. Kimmy continues her battle with cancer and works to remain hopeful in the face of ongoing treatment while parenting and being a wife. And we're all, still rooting for Kimmy, although the jury's out as far as her allegiance to Melody and everything. The whole friendship, like, is it real? Is it there? But I believe they have a pretty good relationship. I believe they do. I do believe that Kimmy's working through some things, and in light of this battle, allegedly, and in my opinion, it may have opened her eyes up to some truths maybe that she didn't want to face. And when you're facing something like that, sometimes it just forces you to have a different perspective and to carry yourself in a different light. So we shall see. We shall see. Next, Tiffany. Although she's pregnant, she still finds the energy to stir the pot every chance she gets, meddling in everyone's personal business until it finally gets her put on bed rest. I am not surprised to hear this. I'm not surprised to hear this at all because, in my opinion, she and Lou really don't have anything to really give to the show other than, just being friends. To me, there's a whole storyline that they're pretty boring. If she's not stirring the pot, what else is she going to be doing? I don't know. I know that he has a business and supposedly she's an entrepreneur and she does speaking engagements and things like that from the things that I've researched on the internet and from previous things that we've seen and heard on the show. But the majority of what we've seen is just that Lou's just buddying up with the guys most of the time, and they're going at him about, he's always giving advice to them about their marriage, and they're always going in on him about that. And Tiffany was always stirring the pot, so we're going to be getting more of that drama. And last but not least, it says here, additionally, to commensurate the upcoming 100th episode, Love and Marriage Love and Marriage executive producer Carlos King will host an all-new retrospective special, Love and Marriage Huntsville, celebrating 100 episodes, airing Sunday, April 1st at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And so this is that special that I was talking about, and where I think they're going to be bringing some of the fans or featuring some of the fans somehow. So keep your eyes out for April 1st. There isn't anything else here that I think I need to mention in this particular video. But yeah, I just wanted to, I ran across this article, and so I just wanted to share with you guys so you could kind of get a gander on what we're going to be seeing you know, this next season. Season 4, season 5, season 6. I don't know what we're calling this season, but this next season. Oh, and I did notice that the Fletchers were not mentioned at all. They weren't mentioned at all, but I do believe that we'll see the Fletchers. How much of a part they're going to have, I don't know. We know they're not main cast, but they're not mentioned at all. Kiki wasn't mentioned, but it was mentioned earlier that she is going to be. Was it in this article though? Let me see. Yeah, here it is, right here. So I somehow skipped this, but it says own smash hit unscripted series Love and Marriage Huntsville returns to Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, starting April 8th, with Melody Cherie and Martell Holt, Kimmy and Maurice Scott, Marceau and Letitia Scott, as well as Tiffany and Lewis Whitlow. This season will also see the addition of 3 new personalities to the group: beauty maven Stormy Still and her husband Courtney Beasley, plus Tisha's cousin Kiki Jabbar. The new episodes will follow the group as they navigate their businesses, friendships, and relationships in Huntsville, Alabama. And then it just goes on to say that the new season will mark the 100th historic episode. So again, it doesn't mention the Fletchers and it doesn't mention Miss Van, but in prior interviews, Miss Van did say that she was filming. She did film, so we will see her. How much of a part, I don't know. Same thing with the Fletchers. The other thing about this 100th episode that is so great is that it is going to be now syndicated, which means that Melody can leave and she can do a spinoff. And so a lot of people are saying that, a lot of us are speculating that allegedly, in our opinion, this will be the last season for this show, and that there will be a spinoff. Hopefully, that's what we're hoping. So anyway, that's all I have for you now. If you haven't done so, hit that like button on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit the bell because I will be back. Until then, ciao.